Somebody asked a question about the angels. Do they still fall? The first time they fell. When they fell the first time. When Satan fell the first time. He convinced 1/3 of the angels to follow him. And they all went against the living God. They no longer desired his will. Let me ask you something. The Bible already says, Jesus answered himself and said, you're going to be like the angels, being neither male nor female in the end. Let me ask you something. Do you think you would fall after you're with him? You know what the answer is? The answer is you're answering that right now with your life. You are determining if you will fall or not, and no one who will fall will ever step foot in the kingdom. No one. If those angels had been tested by trial and by fire, the true state of their hearts would have been exposed, and they would not have been angels. God has a whole new set of inhabitants of the kingdom, you. And you're giving your answer with your very life, with everything you go through. You're giving an answer. And at the end, you will have answered the most important question of anybody's life. Hope you guys keep that in mind. I hope you understand it. Because often people say, what is life for anyway? I just told you. And I hope that you can see it. I really see it. Because we serve a God of truth. And he'll perform all things in truth. And we can only give that answer after we're truthfully worn out. Because all those who get into the kingdom, they won't fall away. That already happened before. Hope you guys see that. Hope you remember that. It's also the one thing Satan never wants you to know. He don't want you to know that. That's very simple. Very simple. But he doesn't want you to know that. And I'll tell you something, if you can remember that, when you go back and read, you're going to see it over and over and over and over and over again. Israel, the whole country went through it. Each individual went through it. They were giving their answer the entire time. God already knew we were born into an iniquitous world. He knew our iniquity before we ever stepped foot on the earth, and he never looked away. Think about that. A God who knows all things. He heard the darkness of our hearts and of our minds. He saw perversion and everything else, and not once did he look away. But you know what he did? He sent a seal, Jesus Christ. During the height of our iniquity, he said, I'm going to send them away that they can make it. And that was Christ, by his blood, a perfect sacrifice, to wash away everything we could potentially do, so that all of you who truly choose him, nothing would hold you back from being citizens of the kingdom. You're being fully qualified, bought from death to life, in truth. This is happening in real time and by way of truth. No deception is in it. Because all of what we go through is very real. Hope you know that. That's why fear has no placement with us. And people will understand that more and more as they ponder that question and look into the words of truth. Above all things, he did all things just for you. And he wants to know. He desires to know. He won't make that answer for you. He'll set the conditions, You give the answer by your very life. And it's never too late to say yes. It's never too late to realize and to say yes. And once all the children are accounted for, it's all over. Be encouraged. Be encouraged. Consider yourselves blessed, all of you who are sick. And sickness will not cling to you. Give an answer, a truthful answer. Ponder it and give an answer. And see the salvation of the Lord.